Hello, welcome to another interesting episode on Trash It. So on today's panel, we've got Ajike, we've got Sosa, we've got Ade, and we've got Danjuma, okay? And the topic we're going to be trashing today is the Tinder Swindler, okay? I'm sure most of you would have seen that Netflix series, or it's a movie, a documentary movie. It's called Tinder Swindler. And the Niger girl in me was not taking any of those excuses at all. And now I just couldn't believe it that people will go that far because of love. Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm going to be asking everybody because we're gonna do like a review basically of that docu-series and just see, we're all Nigerians on this panel, right? And to an extent, we would all argue that that guy is learning, okay, where Nigerians are. Okay, but I think he took it to another level. And I know my Niger girls. I don't know if any Niger girl will fall for that. Okay, so let me come to you, Esosa. Do you think that anybody can really fall for that boy's mouth? Like all the excuses he was bringing. Do you think any Niger girl will be able to fall for that?
I don't want to categorically say any Nigerian girl. I know that a lot of Nigerian girls wouldn't, but still, we still have a lot of Nigerian women or girls that are still very gullible when it comes to love. So I'm not going to guarantee 100% that no Nigerian person will fall, but it will take a law to actually make someone like me fall, or someone like a lot of people that I know wouldn't fall for that.
The average Nigerian.
Yeah, the average Nigerian woman wouldn't fall for that unless you use jazz for your tongue.
Ajike, same question for you. We know you on this show like you are the money magnet. So tell us, are you going to be taking out any credit cards for love?
Yeah, possible. I'm speaking Kaba for you. It's not possible. Even men have credit card. I'm not going to borrow money for somebody. Me, I don't have. I don't have credit.
Like I trust Ajike Joe.
I know it's not possible. I don't know if I didn't watch the movie. I'm one of the exceptions, but I read the story. I think in fact before it came out on Daily Mail years before all this, I followed him and I was like, this story doesn't just make sense to me. But yeah, here we are.
So basically, for those of you that haven't watched it, let me just break it down just a little bit. Let me summarize the whole thing. So basically, there's this guy, right? He poses as the son of a diamond mogul, right? So he poses and he answers their last name as well, and he says he's the son of this family that they're into diamonds and they're well known and they're very wealthy. So what he does is he goes into Tinder and opens up an account, sets up his account with the name of this diamond the family, they're very rich in diamond, and then he puts different pictures of him living the lavish lifestyle that any girl would fall for, okay? And as soon as he gets into a relationship with you, and then the next thing he starts asking you to take out money for him. And then unknowing to these girls, they were doing it and they were taking out credit cards and everything, and they were allowing him American Express credit card, not just your normal Visa or your normal card. So Danjuma, let me come to you. Now, what do you think was the genesis of this? Like, a lot of people use all these dating sites, right? They go there, they want to find love. But do you think sometimes if they click on someone's profile picture or someone's profile based on the kind of pictures they see, do you think they're being greedy? And in a world where social media, you can Photoshop anything behind you to make it look as if you're there, do you think these women that fell for his scam, do you think they were being greedy?
It's two ways. Greed is among the thing, but anybody can fall for a scam. Why the guy's one was different is that they saw the reality. They saw private jet. They saw him spend money. So they believed in what he was doing. So when a rich person like that asks you for money, you will give him because you believe that when he comes back, it will come back in 100 folds. So that's where the greed come in. Because if he was not seen doing those things, you will not believe it. Why I said that anybody can fall for a scam is that I'm a Nigerian person. I believe we're very smart. But I've fallen for a scam before. And the scam I fell for was coming from church, saw one guy with a car, wanted to sell a laptop to me. And I saw the laptop was cheap. And I bought the laptop. In my mind, I was buying the laptop. So when I paid, the guy said, no, it's too cheap. It's £50. He drove away. I said, come back. And I gave him the money, $350, and I took the laptop back. In my mind, I bought the laptop. When I got upstairs, eventually I even went out. I didn't even look. In my mind, I bought laptop. So my brother-in-law came home and I said, check it. I bought the laptop. He checked it. What he saw? 3 bottles of water.
Whoa!
So he actually showed me the laptop, but when he drove forward, it changed the bag. So So you see now, I thought I was a smart person, but I fell for it. So it depends on the level they come from. If you're not conversant with that level, you will fall for it. So I've been known as the person that has bought the most expensive water in the world, £350.
Do you still have the water, the bottles of water?
I did not even drink it. We threw it away. I kept the laptop bag anyway.
With you just saying that, I also fell for a scam actually, because sometimes, you know, it might not be as direct as this Tinder Swindler, like take out a credit card and give it to the guy. I fell for a scam. So you know me, I was online on Facebook and I saw this ad. It came up and it says, buy this ice maker, right? And the ice maker was so fine, very nice. And I thought, oh, this will look so good in my kitchen. I like having parties as well. So yeah, let me buy it. So I clicked on the link and it took me to the website and it said, oh, you can buy 2.5 liter for $24.99 and you can buy the 5 liter for $35.99. So I was like, I beg you, 5 liter of ice. All you need to do, pour water, plug it, and it will just make this very nice. So I said, okay, let me buy it. So I bought it. So luckily for me anyway, I paid with PayPal, right? Yes. So I bought it and it took like 2 weeks for the item to deliver. And when the item came, believe it or not, what I got was packs of plastic ice cube things that you just put water inside and put it in the fridge, in the freezer, right? But what I was promised was a machine that it will fit nicely on your tabletop and it's this big, right? And you just plug it, pour water inside. They demonstrated the video of how it works. And what I saw was they just gave me plastic containers, a bit bigger, longer than this, about 3 of them. And that was it. Right? So I was furious. At the same time, I was embarrassed. And my husband started laughing at me. So me and him quarreled because I was like, why are you laughing? It's not funny. I've just been made a mockery, okay? But luckily for me, I got my money back because I paid with PayPal. And thanks to my husband, he helped. Even though the money was about $35.99, but I said, no, you people are thieves. You cannot trick me like this. I'm getting my money back.
So that's where the swindler comes in.
I know.
Even this what we're saying now, I told my late brother about this scam. And when they came to him, he told them, I will not buy water. That's what he told them. So he took them to the bank and gave them the money in the bank and held the laptop and stayed inside the bank. So he held the laptop, so he won. Yeah. So after a while, he walked out of the bank. So he went to go and buy, then he was calling card. He went to buy a calling card to call Nigeria. Somebody gave me a dirty blow. Boom! Fell and he took the laptop and then they ran. Wow. So when I told my other brothers, I realized that I have 6 brothers. Everybody had bought water or Coke at some point or the other. So what I'm saying that anybody can fall for this scam. And because
there are some scams that you might not like one that somebody will not tell me to go and collect money from the bank. Even those ones that are married.
It's a great now tell me that one. Because you have entered plane, private jet, you've gone to Paris, you've seen 20K.
Yes, put me on private jet. See, my husband will pay me back my money. Is it like we fly me to heaven? I cannot collect that kind of money.
So £20,000 is being spent, and you're giving advance payment. You have bought the Vuitton shoe. You have already gotten into the mix.
Yeah, see, the truth of the matter is that that guy worked on their greed.
Yeah. Yes. Because it's great. Me that bought laptop is great now. Why would they buy laptop and camera for £350? It's great. It's the great that they work on.
You passed through Corris. You went to go and buy laptop on the streets.
And if you see, very sharp. So is that greed? It's when the eye has cleared, you not say, oh my goodness. So that's what happened to these women. They were greedy. So the guy played on their greed and he took advantage of them. And to me, he had not done anything wrong because he told them to bring and they brought the money and he because they were greedy.
Yeah. Ade, let me come to you. Haven't heard what everybody has said. Do you think people can easily just fall for a relationship? I mean, they can come in different ways. For example, we know that Ontodike, her marriage to Churchill, she was the one that did everything for that marriage. In a way, that was a scam because he made her pay for the entire wedding. Ade, what do you think? Do you think this is something that people can easily fall into?
You know, you see, I've watched the Tinder stuff. It's not greed, it's stupidity that made those women go out their way to find money and be getting money for that guy. Because they were not looking to make money out of him. Do you understand? They weren't thinking the guy loved them and is rich. Why not? Let me just get him what he needs. So if the love can still, that's stupidity. Like we say in Nigeria, no Nigerian woman will do that. The only thing Nigerian woman will fall for is desperation for love, and then they will do anything for the guy so they can please the guy that way. Just similar to the Tinder one. But Nigeria, and I don't think any Nigerian woman will go as far as go and get some big massive.
Many Nigerian women fell for this in the young days in London those days. When those credible card boys used to use their house to do all these things, they fell for it as well. So don't say
no, those ones not greed. Those Nigerian ones is greed. Because they know the Oyibo one are not greed though. Nigerian ones are greedy.
You see, why did they go with him in the first place? It's because they saw those things. This greed that attracted them to him. Because if you see his level,
they saw, listen, I can still, if I want to, if I'm one of those Yahoo boys that buy Zara or Gucci and they can see me wearing it, and I'll say to Falake, don't worry, I'm going to get you some, listen, it's greed. What she doesn't need, she will want to take. Do you understand? Just because of the brand name, it's greed. It's not that she loved me to do that. She wants that part of show off. You understand? I life. That's that one, right? Yes. So the totally care whatever you call that guy that she paid for the wedding and whatever. That's not a scam. She wants a husband, and she thinks she found one, and she's willing to pay. So she also wants to please her female friend and marry that girl. A lot of women do things the wrong way in Nigeria when it comes to saying they're desperate to have a partner and to say, yes, I'm married now, I've got a husband. A lot of them, they go home and cry, but when they come out, they're showing us everything is rosy and sweet.
Yes, they buy themselves Valentine's
Huh?
They buy themselves Valentine's
yeah, so the Oyibo ones is different. Oyibos are the mumu of ever. They're not great. They're just foolish.
But Tonodike's one is not a fact, because Tonodike said it doesn't mean that she actually spent money. We didn't hear from Churchill. He was not able to defend himself because Tonodike said, I was the one that paid all those stuff. So we don't know if for a fact Tonodike paid for that. She has said a lot of things.
Because yes, you see, Tonodike and that one is different. This Tinder one, how can a guy just walk up to you from nowhere on a day and say, get your passport, I'm taking you? What the heck? And you pack your bag and follow a stranger.
Yeah.
But they always follow. Why are you talking like this? They always follow stranger, don't they? People that meet in nightclub and they carry home. Are they no strangers?
That's what I'm saying. Stupidity make them follow stranger. It's not greed. It's stupidity. Because in Nigeria, if someone come to hug you, hey, hug me, care. Like, you don't know what you go carry from your body and run.
Bro, you're talking like that's not the Nigeria. All those women that come with private jets and carry them around, you didn't know them.
It's not. I don't think it's totally stupidity. It's just that people have this scamming level in different magnitudes.
Yes,
that's the truth. He did it own in a larger scale.
And in a love manner.
I know about a Nigerian woman. Somebody told me this story, and I know her for a fact that she was really, really in a bad space. She was really, really vulnerable, and she trusted this guy who happened to be her friend. And she was just relying. Of course, it's somebody like people like me now. I don't have £1,000 to keep for myself. I'm out to give to another man. So some people have money. She probably have like £30,000 in her account. She really, really did have money. And then she had this person that she was dating. The person was even from Ireland and was there supporting her and all that. Then, the guy said, you know what, you need somebody that will help you establish a business. Let's do it together. He had
but you see that one.
So because the woman was gullible at that time.
No, that guy has invested in her and be able to persuade her.
Let me finish. So she was really, really trusting this guy, and the guy capitalized on the fact that she was gullible at that time and she was relying on him. And he did. In fact, the guy that was even telling me said that woman, it was a big case, they had to go to court. the man was actually locked up for a few months. And he said when the lady came out, the lady said she did not recover, that the man was only able to pay back £6,000 out of almost £36,000, that she even had to remortgage her house. The guy that was telling me said, this lady has become so close to me, and the way she's even talking to me now, if I want £1,000 from that woman, she's willing to give again.
Wow.
There are just some people where, especially ladies, they get so gullible to a point that they always have to have somebody that they are running to, somebody to rely on. Please, look at what's happening. And guys, actually in this UK, I know a lot of Nigerian guys, big guys, look at them in parties. Yoruba guys praying money. It's a lie. They are all looking for women that have money, that have good mortgage. They will come and say, yeah, you can always talk to me. I want to be a friend to you. I'll give you my shoulder to cry on whenever you want to cry. And women are lonely and they get bored. Though they have good job, good profession, they have money, and anybody that comes in, play your card very well, they will tip you and give you something out of it.
That you're right, Sosa, because that brings me to the very next point. Because people would argue that some women are falling for this scam because they're lonely and they want that partnership, they want someone, so they will go that extra mile. Ajike, let me come to you. Do you think loneliness is a good excuse for women to fall into such scams just because they want to have someone?
Yeah, this book I use, Power of a Praying Mother. In that book, there's a place where you will pray for the spirit of discernment upon your children. It's very important. Some people, I don't know, Yoruba people, they don't know sign, they don't know anything, they don't have sense. That's the truth of the matter. No matter how you want to put it, some people, everything boils down to just not being smart. How can, because you are lonely, carry a book or go to pay for a course, go to the gym, run it out, sweat it out. But some people, because of this, I don't know, they just have this, I must be with somebody, or I have to please somebody. Some people simply don't even just know how to say no. It's not even no.
Okay.
I agree. It's not lonely. It's just from that early age, some people are not self-reliant at all. You have to teach your children how to be self-reliant, be self-sufficient. It's starting from that early stage where they have friendship at school, they come back home, they have problem with their friends. You see them breaking down. She's not speaking to me. Yeah. I keep telling my daughter that I said, listen, if tiger doesn't give birth to a snake, your mom, I said, don't bully me. I'm the one that they should be worried. If I get to a place, people they should be worried if I'm going to lie.
When I was younger, I was bullied.
I'm not trying to teach her. School. Yeah, just teaching them that.
I went to a school in Lagos that was one of the creme de la creme schools. My parents were wealthy, but they didn't show their own wealth like that. If a driver didn't come to pick you from school, if you didn't go abroad for holiday, so obviously even teachers bullied me. So it took a while. But when I got to secondary school, I found my voice, and since then, so my son, like I was saying, I always tell him, nobody is your friend. In fact, that one after drumming it in his ears. I'm not saying you will not have friends along the way, but don't easily give it. Then somebody's not talking to you. To hell with the person, tell the person to go to where to ashes. Tell them to their faces.
You see, all this you're saying is very easy to say, but people deal with emotions differently. Yeah. You might be able to manage that because of your personality. Some people can't manage those things. Some people just little love like this.
It's not because of my personality. That's what I'm saying. When I grew up being bullied, forget that.
Some people didn't grow out of that.
In fact, my personality, I'm very, very soft. I cry easily. But over time, I gave myself sense.
You built yourself. Not everybody.
And so it's possible if someone like me can build it.
Not everybody was able to build.
Yes, themselves. Not everybody. Yes, I agree.
I manage conflict for a living. What some people say it's making them angry. Sometimes in the meeting, I'm like, seriously? And some people will say this is not a problem. Some women and some men, they just need somebody. They are so clingy. That's how they are. They need somebody to either be with, or somebody to qualify them. So by so doing, they will want to please the other person. They extra money, bring extra emotions just to make sure that person stays, because they feel that if the person leaves, there's a gap. But the truth of the matter is that if you can handle yourself, not everybody can.
But
You
people
were
can,
able
that's
to
where
do.
self-development comes in. That's where
That
therapy
even at
comes
Yes,
in.
that,
self-development.
Yeah, that's
it's
where
Then
therapy
picking your
comes in.
friends, and what you
Yeah.
also hear
There
at
are books,
times,
there
you
are
need somebody.
self-help
So like
and you
me,
can
when
use to
over time
develop
I
yourself.
began
Just
to
have
tell
that
my mom.
yeah.
Sorry, so I started telling my mom what I was experiencing in school. Because I would come home, they would tell me that my socks, they don't have holes. They would tell me my socks was not cutting. I'm carrying short bag. I didn't carry Mickey Mouse bag. So I think the thing became stressful. And one day I just burst out crying. I'm not going to school. And she said, well, so from there, I know not everybody has that support system, but this goes to parents. Some parents would listen to this. Listen to your children, build their self-confidence. Tell them to tell anybody to go to hell and burn to ashes. Tell them. For my
but
son,
even
I will
at
follow
that,
you
some
anywhere.
people still never gonna be like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's gonna take time. Like
It's going to take time,
build
but
them.
yeah, like
Some,
you have to be bruised over and over. Of course, you will be
Yes.
bruised.
over and over.
Even me that I'm telling you now, I cannot tell you categorically that yeah, I'm in that place where nothing is going to move me. No, because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yes.
Although in my head, I know that I'm still developing, I'm still in that work in progress, whatever it's called. Yeah, but then whenever you are getting to a place where you feel like you are losing grip, just for you to identify that, okay, wait. Reality will always kind of tell you like, okay, you are losing grip now. You need to get back on track, I know it's difficult. Everybody have their own journey. It's difficult. Somebody's emotional maturity or the way they're able to handle is different from the other person.
Yes, and it's from experience that you're able to handle
over
this.
time.
It wasn't always like this.
No.
When you have mastered your emotion, not everybody can master their emotion. You can master your emotion. It gets to the stage that you look like you're emotionally dead, but you're not.
Yeah.
But you've mastered your emotion. Like me, when people die, I don't cry anymore. You know why? I lost my father and brother in 6 weeks. It's not because I'm emotionally dead. I've mastered my emotion. I accepted that people die and life will continue. So, but some people say, why is he not crying? Why is he not looking? It's not because I'm not sad. I feel sad, but I don't believe that tears will solve the problem. I don't feel it will solve it. I think other words will solve the problem. That's me.
You're muted.
And that's me. But some people can't handle all those things. So from these emotions that they want that man to be with them, that's why they took out their credit cards so that this thing can continue.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's still a Mugu movement. It's a Mumu.
Yes.
We agree. But
I'll give you an example with my daughter. I think when she was in second year of secondary school, right, year 8, she would come home. Where they live, there is more white people around there, white kids than black. Nobody's talking to her. Nobody wants to be her friend. She wants to move class and stuff. So the school said they'll move her to another class where there's a number of black kids in the class. So those are the people she play with in lunchtime. To get it. Yeah. But she wants to be in class with them. I have to tell her, I say, look, Ashabi, you don't go to school to make friends, you go to school to study. What you need to do is, if you focus on what they're teaching you, like they teach you math, science, and you know best, people that are not your friend, they'll be coming to you to be your friend.
That's it.
Yeah. I say, use your lecture, what they're teaching you, right, to better yourself. They'll be the one coming to knock for you. And believe me now, she's even the one cutting people off. You understand? She will say, oh, even the black kids that she thought would be her friend, when those ones are following her, they're kissing people, and she'll come home and say it. Do you understand? And she said, they're just doing. I said, listen, don't follow what they do. Let them do. Don't even say nothing to them, because you don't want to get into argument with anybody. Let them do what they're there to do. They're doing their own thing. You just don't come home for us to get any report from your teacher.
Yeah.
Do what you're in school for. And I also take her when I have my consultancy meeting with the architects because of my work. I take her, and she's been saying to her mother, we're not together. Her mother says she's been coming home saying she wants to be an architect, she wants to go to uni. And I know why. Do you understand? Even when I met her mother when she was in college, her mother was the first one in their family to go to uni as a Jamaican family, the first one ever in the whole of the generation of our family to go to uni. Then another cousin went from there, because I was taking her mom with me when I was in Brunei to say, come, when she was in college. Do you understand? So those are the things that was there. And also you mentioned the tough skin. My parents died. They went to Nigeria, they died. The Muslim way, they buried them straight away. You don't even see anything. So people cry, I've grown the tough skin. I've been in the military. I've learned that, listen, anyone could die any day. And I find it funny when I tell people that, oh, we're all going to die. Nigeria will say, no, it was. And I'm thinking, what is going on with you people? We will die. You know, I tell them, have you done life insurance? Do you think you're going to be here tomorrow? They don't like to hear that.
They don't.
And I just think they're weak. Because you can pray to God anyhow. God can call you tomorrow. You can be in church every Sunday. If your time to go, you're going. No doubt.
Yep.
You know?
Now,
those are the kind of weakness people have.
Yeah, let me bring it. So with the very first girl that this guy met on Swindler or on Tinder, I think Swindler, on Tinder, or the first girl that met him, because he's met loads of girls before her. When she finally arranged for them to meet, they met at a very swanky hotel in London, because this is where he was working. And she was downstairs. He came, he sat down in the lobby with her and had a chat. Right there and then, he asked the girl to fly with him in his private jet with his daughter and his daughter's nanny, who we later learned was his baby mom or whatever, to fly with him. Was it to France or to one other EU country?
One of those exotic countries.
Yeah, so now tell me, you're a girl, you have met a guy for the very first time on Tinder. You guys meet at a hotel, and the same meeting, he tells you to follow him, and you're literally on right there and then you're following him. How can you tell me?
That's what I say. Stupidity now.
But everybody's got different values.
But you can see the atmosphere is built.
Yeah.
Daughter and nanny. It looks safe. You see? It looks like a safe haven. And
you can say, why not? Safe. To me, it looks like an arm robber. Everybody has that. Now. Let me tell you, when I went to school, international passport did not have what we have. If I have 10 international passports, they used to fly girls from to the UK for us. I knew them. They were there. Why didn't I follow them? It's not just safe. Maybe because of the things. What if when you go, what if you go there, tie your hand, tie your leg, you turn you to rape you money tonight?
It's stupidity now.
Watching crime and investigation. Maybe it's the one in abroad that we are watching here in Nigeria. I mean, they are not watching it.
But those days that they carry the bus to Unilag and they carry those girls and go for all these governors meeting, these girls, they don't know who they're going to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's, to me, it's not safe. I just met you today. Only long passport. My passport is even under my bed. The fact that she's walking around with passport, where you people find the passport?
If you go on a dating website, I'm on a dating website.
I'm not
when you go on the dating website, for you to even go and somebody say, okay, I'll pick you up, we'll go on a dinner. That is even risky because you're going to get into their car.
Yeah.
You know? So there are just little things. There are little things. I do actually look at myself and say, oh, okay, we're going to meet on a restaurant. Sometimes in my head, I think about it. I don't know who this person is. Sometimes if I see that the conversation, because you just don't meet and you don't click and then meet the person of the next day. There's phone calls. Sometimes people do video calls that get to know each other. Build a bit of trust, like based on the person or the way they see life. You know, there's little build up like that. And a lot of us, with our age and our experience, we can sit here and say, oh, that's stupidity. I'm not going to say I've not done something stupid when I was in Ekpoma. I remember one time in the middle of the night, we're going to Abuja for a party. When I think about it now,
I've been wise.
I did.
Maybe date my mate, oh yes.
No, it wasn't dating. It was actually a party. And most everybody in my hostel, they will be planning about it. And I didn't really know what was having a party. I didn't hop in a big van. And today, I won't do it. But then, that was me.
I don't know. Maybe I grew up with very faithful. My father was very, very faithful. And very, very, in fact, when I was in uni, the first time I went to the school gates, it was strange. Because I went to Nigerian secondary school. You can't even go out.
The only person
you can't get to the gates. So maybe those things informed how I behaved. But really, I did not do things like that. And I don't know, I'm not trying to be an angel. Yes, I made my own mistakes and all that, but not all those who follow somebody.
Yeah, everyone is different. That's what I mean. People can be quite spontaneous when they were young. It's part of growing up. I followed my friend to worry. On my way back, I had an accident. My mom didn't even know. They ever went to mortuary to be looking for my corpse because they didn't see me.
Wow.
You know? So yeah, when I look at it today, I don't want to say it loud because my daughter
you really try.
So yeah,
You try.
there are some people have different levels of being spontaneous when they were growing up. It's just
I know I'm not spontaneous like that.
just being
no.
silly. So yeah.
Eshosa, you be a dough man.
Yeah.
Only your sister.
Yeah.
That's why she can take risk at that age.
It's not
Oh
much
yeah.
of risk.
Let me in short, let me not even say my own. Let me just shut up.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Say your own, no, say your own, please.
No, I will not say it. I can't.
Because you people are risk taker.
No, I can't even say it because
So let me go back to the Tinder guy. You know, the second, I'm not judging them. They all have their reason for doing that. But the second lady that was his friend, he actually did not date the lady.
no, okay, yes. Right.
Yes,
So he was not he wanted he had asked the girl because they wanted to date as well, but they saw that they were not compatible, they were not attracted to each other. So he just became the girl's friend, right?
Yeah,
and then they all went out together to this,
and he was showing the girl's level.
Yeah, and he was showing the girl a lot
of
of things. And he then had another girl that he was dating that was in that circle. So this girl also saw the girl that he was now dating, and they all became friends. So for me, I was like, okay, that's it. She can't be scammed now because she does not have any feelings. But this guy still managed to scam this girl of over $30,000. And how he does it is he tells them to take out an American Express card, right? Now,
why that card? Why?
Yes. So an American Amex card, like it sometimes is bottomless. You just keep spending.
No limit, yeah.
Yeah. It has a limit. Yeah. Yeah. So the limit is big. So to the point where when the girl, the very first girl, when she took out the first card, he spent over $20,000 on it, right? And he told the girl to call the bank and tell them to increase her credit limit so that he can spend more. So the girl called the bank, and the bank wanted to see some documentation to prove that this girl can afford it. So the girl told him, this is what the bank is asking for, because the girl's job will not be able to pull that kind of money. So what he did, he made fake pay slips and everything using this diamond company, whatever that he was into. And he gave them to the girl to send to American Express so that they can see that she's earning.
You see why I was saying that we should have spirit of wisdom for our children. You see, somebody gave you fake document, you collect it, you walk to bank and give them Olenye.
The first girl was very gullible, and she was very silly.
Gullible.
There were a lot of red flags. Yes. Even when they have that fake documentation for her to prove as evidence that she has these earnings, that was enough for you to say somebody can immediately get this documentation for something that's not even true, just to get their way. You know, that's why you start thinking that first girl, I don't really feel sorry for her, because when she was going on and on and on, although I felt sorry for her because of the money that was taken out, I saw that it was being spontaneous at first, you were just having fun, but when it comes to cash, hard currency coming out of your account, it's not fun anymore.
It's not funny. And you know, also he asked her to go and find a property, right? That they were going to move in together. So this girl went to estate agents in London. We know how expensive those flats are, apartments. And she actually was looking at an apartment. I think it was 15,000 a month. But at the same time, the guy wasn't even in the country. He was somewhere in France or Croatia, wherever he was always flying to. And he was doing business. And luckily for her, she ended up not going into the contract. Now, the last girl that he went out with, that was the final straw for him, because they had tried to catch him and do everything, but then it didn't work. And luckily for this girl, she was able to finally get him to the position where she sold all his designer clothes and got not even up to half of the money. And the funny thing is, the bank came, American Express, they came to this girl's home, had a meeting with her, and she was able to prove that, everything was fake. And the guy, because they know the guy as well, because he's done it to other customers of theirs. And at that point, I thought that they would say, okay, you don't have to pay the money back. But no, she's still paying the money. So I don't understand. Do the banks know that there is fraud? Danjuma, don't you think the banks should be able to help the victim?
Help us.
It depends if you participated in the fraud. If you did a fraud that you did not participate in, it's not a fraud. Yeah. If you participated in fraud, it's a fraud.
She participated now.
So did she participate?
Yes. She participated.
She took fake documents.
Yeah,
she participated. So if you
wasn't the last girl that
collected
took
something,
fake document though.
She fraudulently collected something from the institution, you've participated in the fraud. For example, if you bought something with your credit card that's fraudulent, they'll refund it to you because you did not participate in the fraud. But if you brought fake documents, you've done fraud as well. They don't care if it's emotional, whatever damage or emotional blackmail they use for you, but you've participated for the fact you've falsified documents. So it's a no for her. So she has to pay that money back.
I believe the system didn't help at all. The system kind of knew that this person was a fraud. Police knew about it. They just let him roam about and start claiming more victims.
In the UK, fraud is not a big deal. Wow. If you steal £1 million, you stay in jail for 2 years. In America, if you go fraud, you will stay 15, 20 years. In the UK, what they think is pedophile, terrorism, those are crimes. To steal money is not a big deal in the UK.
A white-collar crime is not a big crime.
No. So for example,
but if you defraud HMRC and the benefit fraud, they will beat you well.
No, because that's the Queen's money. That's different. Money. Yeah. I'll tell you why it's difficult for them to persecute people for money. If somebody steals a banana or 50p, from beginning to the end to persecute person, it costs the government £25,000. So it's not worth their while. So if you do fraud of 1 million, before they investigate it, the money they're trying to get is going to be money they will spend to catch you is not going to be worth their while. But if you do terrorism today, UK will spend 5 billion a day for you. They will catch you. When they had the blast in UK in 2006, terrorism, they spent £500,000 every day for 11 days. They caught the terrorists.
Wow. Yes. So is it those ones with the nails, Abby?
Yes.
Yeah, on the bus and stuff. Yeah.
The buses. Yeah. So I remember that when in school then when that thing happened. And if you see the way they spend that money, but if it's for fraud, they can't be bothered.
Celia, can I just quickly chip in? Because we're talking about this online dating, singular, whatever it is, in the same line of the fraud, it doesn't have to even be with money. I think that maybe it's a big topic for another day that we can touch on. A lot of guys and ladies, they go online now. It's not even about money. A lot of guys, I've seen guys discuss like, oh, how this weekend would be now and need cheap. So come on, go on dating website, try to pretend and lie to a woman that, oh, I really like you, I like a relationship, let's start. That's why sometimes when I go online, I see a black person liking my page. The first thing I just talk in my head, I'm like, okay, he wants a girl for weekend, no matter what they write on their profile. So maybe it's time, sometimes we address this issue where people go on. It doesn't have to be money. If you go and defraud the woman, promising that you're going to be in a relationship with them, when you know in your head that it's just sex that you want from them, and because this person is single and the person really, really want that, so that is a way of defrauding people as well. So
it's not that's not defrauding, because the girls these days are using the men to do dinner date and lunch date. They go on Tinder now so they can go to the best restaurants, and they pick the restaurant and the men are paying. That's fraud too as well.
But hold on, how do you people on this dating thing do this? You're talking to someone within a week, you're meeting up. Why? How? You don't get to know someone within a week.
No, you meet up in a restaurant or meet up for a drink.
Meet
up for a drink.
Yeah. So you're
talking as old school. Physical. This is new school now.
I know they do on the phone. If you don't meet the person,
I know they do dating app. Someone has to introduce me to someone. I don't get time for that.
Because that's the old school way. But this new school, this way is press and play. They are doing. They are living in technology. Press and play.
And you know what, Agbade, given what you've just said, this brings me to the very next section of this. The very next question is, given how evolved everything is, everybody wants to be a social media influencer, everything, you see videos of people are in a restaurant, they're hungry, they want to eat, but no, you can't touch the food until I've done a video, I've taken a picture of it.
They even have light.
They hold the light, and I'm like, are you kidding? So do you not think that people are more prone to falling for these sort of scams, given the social media era that we're living in? Because everybody wants to be able to show something that's better than what they saw.
I'll tell you the truth. Social media or no social media, scam has been from the immemorial. It will continue, but it's a different pattern. So whether it's social media or no technology, people have been doing scam forever. So it's now what way of scam that's going to happen. And immediately they're closing that scam, a new scam comes up. The people that they get into your account, they say they're from the bank and they're transferring your money, you're giving them the code. It's a scam. So it's going to be forever. It's never going to end. As soon as that place has been blocked, if you look at the banks, each day they're operating the app, updating the app to stop this kind of scam. Now, if you even log into your online, they ask you, you're trying to transfer money. Do you know the person? Think. That's what's happening now. It wasn't happening before. And even after that, fraud is still happening. So social media, no social media, it's just that now we're living in the era that everybody wants to believe what's online. But half of everything, if not 75% or 90% online, it's a lie. It's not true. Because I always say something is this. If you really have that private jet, you will not take the picture of inside. You're used to it. I don't go into my car and take picture inside my car. I drive it every day. I don't remember. I forget the color. Yeah, it's when you have poverty stricken, you want to show people you're okay. That's when you do all those things. Abramovich pays these footballers their money. You don't see Abramovich taking picture of himself inside his private jet. It's the footballers that are taking the picture. So when you see all those, but it takes maturity for you to understand that. If you're really living the life, you don't have to show people you're living that life. It's because you're not used to, you're not accustomed to it.
Like when you go on websites, you see people taking pictures on dating website. A lot of people look into somebody's profile for different reasons. Apart from reading their status or their description, there are other reasons. People will say, I know I can be a bit petty sometimes. I, in particular, when I see somebody take a picture and I kind of realize that it's the person's house, what I kind of look out for is the person clean? Because some people are so dirty. You look at their background, look at the chair they're sitting on, stuff like that. Of course, I do look into that. But to say, I want them maybe. Some people, they can't be bothered to even iron their chair. There are little things. Of course, you want to put all that into perspective because.
But can I just ask? Sorry, I'm just keen to know more about this your dating experience because.
I hope you're not going to sign up tonight.
Hey, me sign up, okay? I don't get time for that. Sign up with it. All of them, they will give you different picture and different person you go see. I don't hear a story about them. Sorry. So I'm not going to ask how long you've been there. Has any reasonable person that you think ever come across or you've come across?
I have. I've got great friendship there that didn't even lead. There was nothing romantic about it, but we become really good friends. There are good people there. Just that you know what you are looking for. When you start having communication with them by chat, no matter how they pretend, with your emotional maturity, you'll be able to work out. It might just be like a random question, a random topic you're talking about. The person's just sleep. They will sleep.
But you know when you're typing, when you're asking questions, you're typing. You're giving them time to think. They structure their words, and they'll give it to you.
No,
is that not the way it's going to be?
No, nobody has that time.
I'll tell you, some people are very good actors. You would not know to the end. I'm sorry. Some people, that's their profession. That's what that guy did.
Tinder Swindler,
I know a friend. When the guy says he's dating you, you will believe exclusively. As soon as he touches down, he will not call you again. But before he touches down, it will focus on you, take you out. It will even pretend sometimes he's sick. He will come. It will push you in. But as he touches down, that's the end. On to the next level. So because why? He has been damaged before. So he knows that, let me continue my life. So our prayer is that let us not meet or fall victim of all those kind of things, because it might not even be romance kind of dating. It might be other business ideas. There's some friends that bring other friends for business, and because you trust this guy, you go into that business, and eventually that guy is among the scam. So there's so much scam going on, and when it comes to financial gain, people you do anything to make sure it's there. Online, we have bought a Russell and Browning shoe before, and when the shoe arrived, those children's canvas that it has polka dot was one that arrived. But meanwhile, my senior brother was the one that sent me that I should pay for it. But I always pay with my credit card online. I never pay with my bank card. So when the shoe arrived, I was like, Jesus. So they still scammed us at our old age. So I didn't realize when I looked back on the website, there was no padlock. So it was a free website. But I called my credit card people, and they refunded my money, and they chased the money back. But at old age, this is a man in his 40s, is still being scammed. So scam is continuous. You cannot always say you're too sharp not to know. Like my sister that bought ice maker and then ice block.
It was just December. This was November before my son's birthday.
And this is a very sharp Edo girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
So
pay me.
you can fall on any ground, but it depends on where it's coming from. You're not used to that category of scam. You must fall into. I do apologize
can I tell you
saying
something?
that we are too smart, but you can fall.
I don't know whether you guys will call me all time out. Do you know all this Monzo Bank, Resolute, all those banks?
Yes.
I don't believe in those banks. I'm one person that against them. I do not like buying things online unless I go into a store and buy, because I want to battle you if I don't like what you're giving me. You know, I hate the fact that people are chasing people by email, by phone call, and I can't see you, and you're making me go around in circle. It drives me mad. You know, the other day, NatWest, my bank, because within a week, I've never done a transaction before. Over 30,000 went in and out. Sure you get. And then they blocked my account and start questioning where the money come from. As the money you send out, the person threatening you, the person. And I said, I go to and say, I was going to say to them, I'm Nigerian. And you think anyone can scam me? I said, you saw the person that sent me money, right? Honorable sent me 10K, 5K, because I'm getting the pounds off it. Okay, the man sold his house. He's got houses here that I bought for him back in the days. An election is coming. He need money, right? He sold 2 in Luton, but he couldn't carry the cash. Come out. So the money is there in his account. So what I do is, with the student I bring from Nigeria, they need to pay their school fee. Form A is so slow to get sorted out. So I use him to say, Honorable, I get plenty naira for you. Give us pounds to pay school fees. All right. So I was doing that. I sent money to a boy in Bristol University, University of West of England. I pay school fee for someone in Chester, Bolton, all that things. Boom. They now block account. They didn't even block it. They just stopped me from being able to get on the app. And they said I should call. So I called. They did it. They unlocked it. 3 days later, another transaction went. They do the same thing. So the third time, I flipped. I just went, listen, I'm not stupid. Can you just leave my account alone? You saw where the money is coming from. Did anyone complain to you, right? Have I ever come to you to someone stole my money? You know, and that kind of things. It's been that I like to have. So I have face to face. I went into the bank. I can talk. I shout, say, "Oh boy, give me my money," right? But all this online shopping, that's why I have not fallen into the trap of buying anything dirty. If you stop me on all those guys that drive car, they sell gold, show you diamond, show you. I just look at them and waka. You know, I don't even answer them.
From what you were saying earlier in Guide about somebody that the guy that will focus on the girl as soon as he gets what he wants, that's him, he will just block them. I remember I know someone who he was dating this girl and he couldn't get to sleep with her because the girl was like, no, I'm not gonna do it until we're engaged or we're married. So the boy went and got her an engagement ring. As soon as he slept with her, he took the ring and broke up with her.
Took off.
Do you understand? So it's sad when you see things like that.
Yeah, we just hope that we don't meet people like that. But to be honest with you, I have a friend who happens to be a female friend. She's one of the best friends. She's become a big sister. She's way older than me. And we actually met online, not on a dating website. I was married then. There was this Afrovision. When I came into the UK, there's this Afrovision that we used to go there to watch Nollywood movies. And they would write a review on it. So each time we watch a movie and we review, I realized that we have a similar taste. Like we don't like this. Then we started talking. She was in Italy then. And then she moved down. She came to visit me from Italy. She actually came back down to London to see me. She's a Benin woman. She moved down to London some years again to start her life here. She's been brilliant. The first day she came to when I even became single, started living on my own, she came to my house. She said she was just going to go to our transit and come back. She got me a big deep freezer, fridge freezer. She's been, I've not really done anything for her. Whenever she's coming to see me and my children, she's buying things. So I know that we have these fake people. Of course, I've met some horrible people as well. And if I see any sign that this person is horrible, I just walk the other way. But then we're not going to discredit meeting people online. You still have great people, just like you are online now and I'm online. We're not bad people. There are other people that are not bad people that will meet each other. The dating website, because things have changed now. People don't just, if you go out in a party, people don't approach women anymore. You know, if you see a woman that you like, you don't even know if she's single, you don't know how you're going to start it. So there's no platform for people to actually say, you know what, I want to date you.
You see? I'll come, I'll ask you.
As a bad guy that you are.
But I'll be ashamed if you go to a party and you ask me, somebody like me, if you come to me in a party or at a restaurant and ask me, oh, can I have your number?
No, I'm not asking for your number. I'm greeting you. It's a smile from across the room. What will be your number? I even told a girl yesterday, say, I don't need your number. The girl looked at me and says, so why are you talking to me? I said, because I don't know the kind of person you are, but I need a number.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
So
I'm not talking now.
Yeah, some Nigerian women, if I see somebody come to me and like approach me, I first of all look at them, like sometimes it might be seen as
I will see you, I'll come to you and say, oh, I love your hairstyle, so lovely. That suits you well.
I will not take it serious, to be honest with you. I won't.
I'm not asking you for nothing. I'm just talking about your hair, and I'm going to walk down and go and sit down. That's just to break the ice. And I'll smile.
Okay.
Do you understand?
There was something else this guy did, right? This Tinder swindler. When he became really desperate and was asking for money, he would tell the girls, my enemies are after me. And he would send them fake video of bruises on his bodyguard and all blood and everything. And he would say, my enemies are after me. I cannot use my credit card because they will trace it. I have the cash. Just give me that money on your credit card so that it would not be, so that they can't get me if I use my own card with my own name on it. Now, Ajike, as the Niger girl that you are, and money is your love language, if the guy that you love, right, tells you that his enemies are after him and he just needs that your endless credit card, what will be your response?
I don't have credit cards, so people.
Okay, and you have
those enemies will catch you. What you did to the enemy, let them catch you and deal with you. They will catch you and deal with you.
Why did you have those enemies in the first place?
Why you have enemies? Don't
forget he's into diamond now, so there are all these.
Shibi is from a rich. In fact, these people are not thinking. But Shibi is from a rich family. Why is he asking me for money? Doesn't have no father, doesn't have mother, doesn't have grandmother, doesn't have siblings. I think this thing is really for, like if I'm broke and I need money, my first circle is my family. After my family, that becomes my close friends. Somebody I've not spoken to in ages, I cannot go and call them and say, be giving me money now. I know the girls, they were using private jets.
Honestly, if I'm in a relationship,
Yoruba will say, Ofi private jet, Ofi ko on your bello. You just use that one to pack their soup. He just use that one to pack their soup. The soup they are using to it. Just use private jet to chop it because there's nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It was not that private jet.
But it was an organized crime. It wasn't just him that was in this whole deal. I'm telling you.
It was just the face. It was the face.
It was just the face. It was an organization that he had, the guy, the bodyguard guy.
Yeah.
Even the lady that had his baby, they realized that it was an what's it called? Organized fraudulent.
Capitalizing on some people's foolishness.
But then
be foolish.
Thinking about when you are in a relationship with somebody and the person is genuinely, in need of money, this is somebody that you have known, you're in a relationship. I don't see any problem in helping if I'm able to afford it. If I'm in a relationship with someone who I know that genuinely is in desperate need for money, I will. I'm not going to.
Sometimes you're not even in a relationship, you're in a friendship with somebody.
Yeah, even friendship.
What you're saying is you will help to the tune of $250,000.
No, if she has,
why not?
This guy, you're not even married to him, or just a boy that.
No, if she has it, that money is not a problem when you.
It's not a problem if you have the money.
If you're a millionaire,
but these girls didn't even have the money though, because they were going to
have it. So why are you borrowing?
No, they didn't have it, but they could get it.
But it won't be advised. If somebody loves you genuinely, they will not encourage you to get into debt for their sake.
Exactly. Yes. So is that not an alarm bell already?
Yes.
Someone is telling you to go and borrow money from them. I know someone that her husband would use her name to take out loans, £30,000,
yes,
£20,000,
yes,
and she didn't know anything about it. The guy would just give her and say, "Can you just sign this document?" And she will sign until the guy did her the dirty, left her and the children, and relocated to Nigeria. And the letters started coming from the banks. and it was her name that was on the
So
death
wait.
recovery letter.
She was another Buhari in the house. They bring letter and say sign, and she signed. And
Well, yeah, it was her husband that she trusted.
Yes, there's many husbands that have used their wife's account for
Yeah,
years
of
now.
course. Yeah,
so
that's-
wife don't read. He just signed.
Well, she trusted her husband, and obviously she felt that he wouldn't do anything like
Yes.
that.
When I was a younger boy,
Jeopardy.
there was a girl that came to meet me and she told me all her problem in her life. I gave her £500 at the time. So as being a kind person, I had no sexual relationship with her.
Mhm.
She told me, I felt sorry because compassion, I gave it to her. Said she would give me back. Then she now came back again and said she wanted on that 450. That's when the alarm bell, and I said, this one has not finished paying that money.
Son you to Mugu, yeah.
And now
Me,
the second one is
personally,
paying.
I don't borrow people money that I cannot give away.
Yes.
Yes.
And after that, I'm sorry, I can't give you that money. Because I now realize that this one is not using me.
Yeah.
You know that the next day or 2 days later, that get relocated to Ireland.
Wow.
And I'm talking about 19 years ago. I've never seen that.
That's a lot of money.
And that time, £500, that
Yeah,
time,
wow.
Celia,
Yeah.
was almost like, you remember those days?
Yes.
That £500, it was like 3K.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Like,
why I carry that now.
I've met somebody before that had a problem, big problem. And when the person explained, the person is my friend, I gave the person my credit card, I said, go and do the thing. The person ran. After they use it, after they pay the money, till tomorrow, never paid. So sometimes it's not that, it's not like there's a gain for it. Sometimes you compassion want to help people, but because of all these things that happen now, I won't give you.
No.
I would not try.
Because life experience, that's what life, sometimes they say things happen. The reason why people keep falling, sometimes they said experience happens, something happened to you in your life, until you are able to learn the lesson that life wants to teach you. It keeps repeating itself.
Yeah.
And sometimes you think everybody's like you.
Yeah. Sometimes you think, but when it comes to that,
you don't know that people think differently.
When it comes to that husband and wife thing, like we said, Celia, I don't know, some last time we talked about this thing about being married and what marriage is and being overrated and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of times people get into marriage and just kind of lose their self, lose their identity, lose their meta, whatever it is, because they feel like, oh, is my husband. Maybe it's time people start reviewing marriage and see it differently. If I come to marry, if I'm in a relationship or I'm married to a man, I want to take out loans, anything that has to do with business and stuff like that, maybe we should be dealing with it as it's like business. Yeah. Forget about this marriage and this thing. Let's put this love and affection on the side, because this is money. Because this thing that you say, oh, I beg you are married, is what is going to destroy your marriage in the end if you don't deal with it properly, like the paperwork and stuff like that, So I know about marriages like that. I've experienced it firsthand, and I've seen people that have gotten themselves in a deep shape just because they were married. It's not like they didn't think that the man was not going to pay. Maybe they've done severally before. The man be taking their name, using their name to take loan, and the man pays back, And suddenly the man, there's problem. You don't know what's going to happen. The man that was your best friend yesterday, something will happen tomorrow. It will be your enemy. Maybe we should be thinking with more clarification in our eyes and our eyes open, and be bringing all this intention, married with intention. The intention should be that. Just
before we round up, because we're going over and almost over an hour now. Just before we round up, I just want to go around the room real quick, right? Because a lot of people, we're here talking, people have seen this thing, they've seen this series, but they will still fall for the same scam. Right. And this scam comes in different ways. See Edwide's story, see my story, right? Sometimes when something is just too good to be true, it is. Don't fall for it. So just quickly, in 30 seconds, or less than 30 seconds, just give me one red flag people should watch out for. Danjuma, let me come to you first. When it comes to scam, just give one red flag people should watch out for.
When it's too good to be real, open promises.
Okay. So, sir, one red flag that people should watch out for.
Well, someone quickly tells you about their problem when we just started knowing them. It's a pole and a flag.
Okay. Okay. Ajike?
When they keep asking for money, I think that money matter is just, I don't know, as much as I like money and I always talk about money, I don't go about asking people for money like that. Don't be thinking that Ajike is saying money begging human being. No. I work for the money, and I don't know, just asking for money for me is just, you don't know someone before just asking for money. Why?
Okay. Ade, what is your red flag? So in a relationship as well, again, this is what we're looking at. You've just met somebody and you're starting a relationship with them. What would be the red flag for you to suspect that person?
It's when they're asking you for things that they can't even afford it themselves. You know, you just have to know, say this one, stay away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, that's the only thing I could see.
Okay.
Because it's going to be hard for someone to tell me. I've met ladies, you're talking to them. I'll give you an example. You come to the restaurant, you know, 84 West.
Yeah.
I chat to her, we get talking. She left. I got a number, say hello. We're talking. She came one time. I saw her and I said to Costa at the bar, just give her a bottle of a Prosecco. And she had it. Then another time she got call me and say, oh, I'm coming there with my friend. I'm thinking, are you normal?
Are you mad or something? Come now.
You know, they think they can just come to 84 West and free food or free drink.
Yeah.
The same way another one came, I took her there, she ate. She didn't tell me she was coming, she just turned up. Oh, is that day here? And she sat down, she ordered. When I came, they say, oh, Mr. Ade, this lady was asking for you. I said, she pay for food? Because I said, make sure you watch her to pay. I went there, I said hello to her. I walked away. Right by the door, keep looking. Remember, you know, and I've seen them, they come to the restaurant thinking it's a freebies.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Shame.
Yeah, it become a regular to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know this guy. If I know him, okay.
Where? 84
Don't worry.
West.
Okay, well, you guys can continue
the guy
this
that
after,
wear
right?
all the time.
You can continue. Yeah, we'll don't worry. I'm behind the
know
scene.
you come there.
It's okay.
Ajay, behind the scene, you can shoot your shot. But the thing is, right? No, it's good. It's fine. So let's bring this topic to a close, right? Because at the end of this series, right? So the guy was caught. Okay, he was arrested. He went to prison in Israel because he was also wanted in Israel. And the funny thing is, when they showed where he lives in Israel, where his mom was, he is a church mouse. Like, he's so poor. So you can see the reason why he started doing all these things that he was doing. Anyway, he went into prison, and before you knew it, a few years later, he was out. And just going to what Danjuma said earlier, in some countries, white collar crime is not a big deal. Okay, 2 years, 3 years, this guy was out. And guess what he's doing now? He's giving people lessons. He's doing seminars. He's holding talks about how to do this kind of business. Okay. But again, and he's dating someone. So you would have thought that all these women would run away from him because his face was on the newspaper in Israel.
And who marry popular people?
You know, you would have thought that people would run away from him and not want to touch him with a barge pole. But even if he came out of prison, he was in a relationship with a 20-something-year-old girl. Hey, you know, so it's interesting. And also, I think it was just last week, the family he had been using their name to pose as the son of
the Lviv or Lviv family.
They've now arrested him and are taking out legal action for defamation of character or their family name. So in the end, I mean, this life isn't balanced at all, because some people do things and get away with it and come out on top in a way. Because this guy now, I read the post and a lot of Nigerians were commenting under it, hailing him and saying, wow, you know, they want to be like him and they want to achieve what he's achieved. But I'm sure that guy does not really have, Nigerians should be surprised, you know, because people now say, you know, you don't have to go to school to make it. But anyway, that's another story.
That's another story.
Yeah, that's another story. On that note, we're going to end it now. Thank you guys for joining. It's been an amazing panel, and we will see you same time next week. Be very careful. Don't fall for it. If it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Stay away from it. Don't forget to make good choices and stay safe. See you next week. Now, Ade and Sosa can continue this backstage. Thank you, guys.
There's nothing to continue. Thank you, guys.